Hi everyone, Jessie Bed Builds here and welcome to my first build video of 2026. And in today's video we are going to be building tiny homes, but every tiny home is going to be based off a different aesthetic, and we're going to use a wheel to decide the aesthetic and then we will go from there. So let's jump straight in and spin the wheel for our first tiny home. Okay, so we will spin the wheel, and for our first build today we're going to be building in the Regency aesthetic. So I had a look on Pinterest, and for this one it kind of reminds me of Bridgerton, if anybody has watched that show. So it's very grand, everything looks kind of fancy and definitely has that like high ceiling giant curtain look. So I think that that's definitely the road we'll go down with this one. So this is the plot that we are going to be working on today. As you can see, it's near the Wicked build that I did in a previous video. But I think for the Regency house we are probably going to be building in this back one over here. So I'm going to rebuild this one and we'll start with the basic shape. So I think for this one we'll do sort of a long house, but we will have like a little entryway as well. So maybe put that one just here, and then we'll add some columns here just to sort of section it off. We'll go for the brick and we'll have the wisteria and things like that, and that'll definitely suit the vibe that we're going for. And I think just to make it look a bit different here, I'm just going to add this roof piece at the front and then definitely centralize this part here as well, so it looks a bit more put together. There we go. I definitely want to put a little window in the roof piece here, and then we'll add some chimneys. Again, we'll make it symmetrical, so I'll put one on either side just here. There we go. And then for windows, I'm going to use these ones here from Cottage Living, just a mixture of the two, because I feel like these definitely have the right look for that Regency aesthetic that we're going for. And then to add the trim here around the roof part, I'm just going to do a fence, and then that just sort of gives you freedom. It kind of tricks the game into thinking it's a room. There we go, and that is the perfect one there. That is from the Castle Estate kit. And then we'll definitely add the wisteria as well. So we'll pop these ones pretty much all the way around the outside. We'll start here at the front. There we go, some more across the roof area there. As you can see, I've just sort of done the same on the back. It's pretty plain, it's just got the same windows, but we'll add some more wisteria as well for effect. So we'll pop one of these base game post boxes in just there. And then for the landscaping, here we go. I've just sort of added some chairs, some statues, things like that. We've got a little seating area and some planters. And then for the interior here, I've sort of already done the layout. So we've got the bathroom there next to the living area, and then just upstairs here we're going to have a bedroom. And as you can see, I've definitely gone for the sort of grand curtains that I saw in the images on Pinterest and things like that. But I have already started and I've completed the bathroom there in the Regency aesthetic. There we go. So we've got the bath area. I didn't put a shower in this one. I feel like a bath definitely just shouts Regency to me. And then yeah, this is our little bathroom. I actually really like this, and I feel like it 100% suits the vibe that we're going for. I can imagine this being like a bathroom in Bridgerton. So we'll start over here. We'll just pop the kitchen in under the stairs. Again, as this is quite a long house, I was struggling to decide where I wanted everything to go, but we'll go for the Realm of Magic set here, and then we'll use one of these Life and Death fridges. And I think to be able to add some more counters, I'm just going to add a half wall here under the stairs, and then I could extend the counter space there just so there's some more room for the Sims to work. And then we'll just slide this bin underneath the stairs there. That should be okay. Pop an oven here with a top as well, and then we'll add some of these base game lights just on the wall. And these antique pictures, I feel like they definitely kind of have the Regency vibe as well, so we'll put some of those up in there, some of these roses as well. And then we'll use the sofa here in the blue. And then for the TV, I think I'm going to put an old sort of fashioned looking TV in the corner here, because I don't think that a plasma kind of fits the theme that I was sort of going for. So we'll pop that there, and then we'll pop a plant. I'll use another one of these tables to match as our side table here. We'll pop a tea tray on there, maybe they're having high tea, and then just one of these rugs here from Werewolves, I think that's from. To match the set, we'll go for a similar table but in a different shape, and we'll just pop that there as a dining table just by the door as you come in. And then we'll add the coat rack in here, and we'll pop a little shelf up that we could pop some random clutter items in as well. We'll pop those there, we'll pop some flowers, maybe a wine on the table, and then just finish it off with a little picture as well. And then for the entrance here, I think I'm going to add one of these record players. I think that looks really nice and definitely grand. We'll pop the bust in there as well. And then just to finish it off, we'll pop a runner in the same sort of blue colours just by the door. And that is our downstairs for the Regency house. I think that I have definitely got the Regency theme down with this one, and I love it. And then moving upstairs here, we've got the bedroom. So again, I still want it to look really grand, but I thought of change the colours up a bit. Instead of going for the blue, we've gone for like a yellow and brown sort of theme up here. So we'll go for the life and death bed there. That is a perfect. And then we'll just size down some of these tables and pop them next to the bed here. And then just using the 9 key, I'm just going to pop some flowers on either side. And then we'll use this mirror here from Get Famous. That's perfect. We'll just slide that in there down by the end of the bed. Just make sure it fits and it's not poking through the wall on the outside. And then we'll use one of these here from Base Game, and we'll pop some of these pictures up above. That could be maybe the Sims family or something. And then some of these here, these are from the Bistro kit, but I actually feel like they definitely suit the old-fashioned vibe that I've got going on, so we'll put some of those up there as well. We just need to clutter up this table here, so we'll use the clock, some makeup, some jewellery, and we'll find another plant as well. Maybe the lilies here. There we go. We'll pop some roses down and one of these little baskets here from the Grange mudroom kit, just to finish off that little space there. And then over here, I think I want to add a little office area. So we'll pop a bookshelf in there. We'll use the typewriter because that suits the Regency vibes. Pop some books in there, maybe a little candle, and then we'll pop a clock in there. I think I'm going to get rid of this one so I don't use it twice, and we'll use the bigger clock on this table instead. There we go. Just to finish it off, we'll add some rugs up here. So we'll go for a couple of these ones here. We'll just use the same so it's consistent. But that is the upstairs, I think, for our Regency tiny home. Look at that. I love it. I feel like wisteria is definitely one of my favourite flowers, but it just looks really good. This is the outside area here. As you can see, we've got some seating. We've got stone statues. This is our entryway / dining table. And then we've got the music stand there with our little living area, kitchen here, and our little bathroom, which I think is actually my favourite room in this house, along with the bedroom. I feel like this actually turned out a lot better than I thought, with the chandeliers and everything as well. But now it's time to spin for our next plot, which I think we're going to do at the bottom down here. So spinning the wheel again for our second home, and this one is going to be in a goth theme. Okay, so we're doing a goth theme for this one. So this is like the total other side to the theme that we just created. So as you can see on Pinterest here, the gothic vibes are very dark. I feel like there's a lot going on. We can use a lot of pictures on the walls and things like that, loads of dark colours. I especially kind of like this black and red vibe as well. So I think we might kind of incorporate that a little bit into it. Here we go. So this is the exterior / shell that I've created for our goth home. I thought I'd just jump forward with this one because it took me a really long time to sort of decide what I wanted to do. We will add some wallpaper onto this bump out here just to sort of make it stand out a little bit more. We'll go from a door here from Life and Death, and then I think I'm going to use some more Life and Death windows as well just to match the door. There we go. And then we'll use some of the bigger ones here at the front. I feel like that is perfect. And then again, we'll just duplicate the windows around the side, and we'll do the same on the back here as well. And then we'll use the matching Life and Death chimney on top. And then I think I want to add some vines here. And as you can see, I've created a greenhouse over there. I feel like that would be the perfect place for our kitchen. I don't know why. I think I saw in one of the pictures on Pinterest that they had a really cool greenhouse with like dark iron windows and things, and I just think that looks really cool. We'll just carry on adding as many vines as we can fit around this one here on the exterior. And I feel like it breaks up the colours a little bit because in The Sims there's only so many swatches of the black that you can use, so I feel like this just kind of gives it a bit more dimension, makes it look a bit more interesting, but it still suits the goth vibe as well, I think. So that is the vines for the exterior finished, and then we'll go for the red that I saw on Pinterest here, and we'll just add some window boxes to all of the windows as well. These ones are just from Base Game, but I really like the colour on those. I think that really pops, so we'll pop some of those in. There we go. We'll go for the Seasons post box here in the black and white, and then we'll add some more of the red here. We'll use these flowers. These are from Island Living, and we'll use the dark iron here just to create a little sort of outdoor area as well. And then maybe some of these rose bushes too from base game. I'm just going to size them up and make them a bit bigger. We'll pop some of these base game wall lights on as well, just so it's a bit more bright at night time. There we go. I love that. And I'm just going to jump forward and sort of show you the finished exterior. So this is what it looks like from the outside. I've just added some more of the plants and things, just all the same around there. And this is our little garden area. So we've got a really cute little rose bush there to match with our red and dark iron sort of seating area also. But we will jump it straight in, and I think I'm going to start upstairs with this one. So this is going to be our bathroom, which again is the red and black sort of colours, but I am going to change this in a moment because I thought it was a bit too bright. There we go. As you can see, I sort of changed my mind on the colours a little bit. I feel like that one definitely looks a bit more goth. The other one was very bright and in your face, and I think this one, it looks a bit more muted, and I definitely prefer that. So that is our finished bathroom. And then we've gone for the vampires wallpaper here, and this is going to be our bedroom. So we'll go for this bed here. I think that's just a base game bed, and again with these base game side tables as well. We'll pop some of the vampires artwork up above the top of the bed there, like so. And then we'll just decorate the side tables here. We'll add one of these plants just there. Now I have used a ladder for this one because I didn't want to take away from too much space from the downstairs area. We'll use one of these mirrors here from vampires and pop that in the corner there. And then here we've got a dressing table. Just clutter that up a little bit. Definitely use some candles as well. That definitely suits the vibe. I'm trying to think of a bit of a backstory for these Sims because they've all kind of got like really random aesthetics, but they all live on the same lot. There we go. We'll pop an ottoman at the bottom of the bed here as well. And then I think we need a little reading nook as well. We'll pop that one just there. And we'll just go for a plain rug in here because we've got the patterned wallpaper. I didn't want it to be too in your face. I do like this light as well in the corner there, so we'll just pop that one in. And I think that is it for our finished upstairs area. Moving on down here, this is going to be our living area. So we'll use this nice dark green swatch here. That is from Life and Death. That matches the door. And then we'll use the Grange Mudroom kit here because I know there's the perfect green to match as well. So we'll just pop one of those either side of the door and clutter it up a little bit. We'll add one of these base game welcome mats as well. And then for the curtains, I've just made them sort of go all the way around the room there. We'll pop a fireplace here underneath the TV. We'll clutter it up a bit. And then we'll add one of these businesses and hobby lamps as well, just in the corner there. And then this sofa here from Get Famous is perfect for this build, I think. So we'll go for that one. And then we've got a book nook coffee table here with some more candles and things on it. Maybe this sim will be musical sim. So we'll pop a piano over here. We'll add a little table there with the musical award. There we go. And I think I want to use this bookshelf here. So I'm just going to pop that one in the corner and then move this lamp forward slightly. And then for the artwork, I'm just going to pop some of these just over here by the ladder to get upstairs. And we've got this mirror here from Werewolves as well, which definitely suits the gothic vibes. And then just behind the sofa here, I'm just going to add one of these chests with some clutter on top, just to sort of section the room off a little bit. And then we'll go for the green rug here from Life and Death. That definitely matches the colour scheme that I've gone for in this room. And that is our finished living room slash entryway slash music room. So this is going to be our greenhouse kitchen. This is definitely something different to what I've gone for before when making a kitchen, but I feel like it looks really cool in here. So we'll just sort of clutter it up a bit. On the other side here, I think we'll put the fridge and maybe create a little coffee station as well. There we go. We'll pop some of these lights up on the wall. There we go. And I'm going to raise up some of these shelves here and just sort of add some gothic clutter items that I can find. We've got the freezer bunny, we've got a candle, we've got an urn, and we've got another one of these scrolls as well here. I put one of those in the other house, so maybe that could be part of the backstory. Like maybe all of the Sims that live on this lot all went to the same school or something like that. Maybe they all won a prize and they all were able to move to this lot and live together. So they all built their own homes, but they're all really different or something. I don't know. So this is a greenhouse, so I feel like we definitely need some plants in here as well. So we'll just sort of create a little pile of plants here just to sort of pay homage to the fact that this is a greenhouse. Finally, we just need a rug. So I'm going to size up this one here. It's the runner from Vampires, and that is our finished greenhouse kitchen. I love this. This is definitely my favorite room in the house. And this is what the exterior looks like. So this is our gothic aesthetic tiny home. It's a bit bigger than a tiny home, but I feel like it's still small enough. That's the outside area. We've got the kitchen here, and that's it from the other side. And then we have our living and entry room here. Lovely. And then this is our little gothic bathroom. I'm a lot happier with the way that turned out than the previous one. And then this is our bedroom as well. And our final spin for the final build is minimalist. Okay, so again, another complete jump from the previous two. This is what Pinterest has brought up for the minimalist vibe. So as you can see, there's definitely rooms that have like no furniture, very muted colors. Everything's definitely very beige looking. And I think for the exterior, we might sort of try and go along the lines of this one over here. So jumping forward, this is the exterior for our minimalist house. As you see, it's very plain, very simple. I tried to make sure there wasn't too much going on. We've just got a little seating area outside there. And then inside here, we have just got an open plan living area, a bedroom, and just our tiny 3x1 bathroom there. It's got everything your sim needs, but it means we've got more room in the bedroom. I think we're going to move on over here and start with the kitchen. So we'll pop a fridge in the corner here. And we'll use these here from Island Living because I think the beige with the plain white top definitely suits the minimal theme. And then we'll just pop this over here. I think I want to add another cabinet there as well. We'll pop the sink underneath the window. We'll just go for this one here. That definitely suits the muted color scheme that I want. And we'll put a hanging plant just here because I don't think I can get the table all the way into the corner, but that definitely breaks up the space a little bit. And then we'll just pop some of these candles on the table there. I think I want to just bring the tiles across in the kitchen here. So I am just going to move this window over so it kind of separates the kitchen from the dining area just that little bit, and then you don't notice the transition so much because the window's not sat on that one. And then I think I'm going to add some of these shelves in the kitchen here instead of the cabinets, and then we'll just clutter it up a bit and change up the colors on this one. And as you can see, the sim also has the scroll. So as I said before, they all entered a competition to win a house and they all won, and they all ended up moving into this lot together, and they all had to like bring their creative vision to life, and that's the story we've gone for this one. And then we'll just pop a living area in the corner here. I'm trying to cram a lot into this like really small space, so we'll just go for one of these tiny dining table coffee tables here. We'll pop a tray on top of that one. We'll pop one of these rugs in here, again nice and plain, it kind of goes with the theme perfectly. And then just for some decor, I'm just going to add one of these woven baskets as well, again in the same color scheme. And then for the entryway here, I'm going to sort of make my own table. So these are actually the end cabinets from the kitchen, but at least they match then. So we'll pop one of those in there with a coat rack, and we need a little bookshelf as well. So we'll just pop one of these trays in here. We'll stick with the original swatch on that one. And then we'll go for one of these Grange mudroom mirrors. And for our minimalistic artwork, I feel like that definitely suits the vibe. So we'll just pop one of those up there. And finally, we'll just need a little mat here as our welcome rug. So I think I'll change the color of that one and just make it brown just to tie all the colors together. That is it for our living room. Now moving on to the bedroom, I'm just going to go for this. I think this bed is from Seasons. I might be wrong. I can't remember. And then we'll just size down some side tables here so they actually fit in next to the bed. And we'll clutter those up a little bit. And then this Discover University shelf here, because I couldn't find a white swatch in that one that I liked, I think I'm going to mix up the wooden swatches for the rest of the bedroom there. And we'll just size it down so we can move the door over slightly so I can fit a desk in this room as well. And that should be fine. The bathroom should still be functional there. We'll clutter up this desk area also. I'm just going to pop a little notebook in there. And then for the artwork on the wall, I think I'm just going to go for these really simple leafy pattern ones just here like so. There we go. And then to finish off, we'll go for one of these rugs. There is a bit more color in this room, but I feel like otherwise it just would have been really beige. But I feel like it's definitely still minimalistic as there's not very much going on in the room. But that is our finished minimal house. So this is the living area and kitchen and entryway and dining room. And then this is our bedroom. I would say that's definitely minimalistic. So we've definitely checked that one off. And then we've got our little bathroom area as well. That is our finished. Every tiny home is based off a different aesthetic. Really pleased for all these sims that won the competition that was able to move into this lot. I hope you enjoyed watching this one as much as I enjoyed creating it. It has been a little while since my last video. I've been a bit poorly over the Christmas period, but I'm back and I'm ready to do a lot more building. The Disney series, I think I might be doing one of those for my next video. If not, it will definitely be coming up soon if anyone has been following that series. But do subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me as a new YouTuber. I have been Jessie Bear Builds and I will see you in the next video.